If there's a housing market crash in the United States, it can be risky to buy a house because the value of the property could decline significantly. In this video, we will discuss some reasons why one may want to avoid buying a house in the event of a housing market crash. Firstly, if you buy a house at the peak of the market and prices subsequently decline, you may find yourself with negative equity, which means you owe more on your mortgage than your house is worth. This can make it difficult to sell your property or refinance your mortgage and can leave you vulnerable to foreclosure if you're unable to keep up with your mortgage payments. Secondly, during a housing market crash, it can be difficult to obtain financing for a new home purchase. Lenders may tighten their lending standards and require larger down payments or higher credit scores, which can make it harder for potential buyers to qualify for a mortgage. This can limit your options if you're looking to buy a house during this market downturn. Thirdly, during a housing market crash, there may be a large number of distressed properties on the market, including foreclosures and short sales. While these properties may be priced lower than the market value, they can also come with significant risks and hidden costs. For example, foreclosed properties may require repairs or renovations, which can add to the cost of the purchase. Additionally, purchasing a distressed property can be a complicated process that may require the help of a real estate professional. Lastly, during a housing market crash, it may be tempting to try to time the market and wait for prices to hit rock bottom before making a purchase. However, it is very difficult to predict the bottom of the market, and waiting too long could mean missing out on opportunities to purchase a home at a lower price. While there may be opportunities to purchase a home at a lower price during a housing market crash, there are also significant risks and challenges associated with buying a house during this time. What do you think are the factors causing the house market crash in the USA? It's important to understand that the housing market is cyclical and can experience periods of growth and decline. A crash in the housing market refers to a sudden and significant decline in housing prices. One of the main factors that could potentially lead to a housing market crash is an oversupply of housing. This can occur when there is an excessive amount of new construction, resulting in more housing units than there is demand for. This oversupply can lead to a decrease in housing prices as sellers compete to attract buyers, which can trigger a decline in the overall market. Interest rates play a significant role in the housing market. Interest rates are the cost of borrowing money, and they can affect the affordability of home buyers and the profitability of real estate investments. When interest rates increase, the cost of borrowing money to purchase a home also increases. This can lead to a decrease in demand for homes, as potential buyers may not be able to afford higher mortgage payments. As demand decreases, sellers may need to lower prices to attract buyers, which can lead to a decline in the overall housing market. Furthermore, higher interest rates can impact the profitability of real estate investments. Real estate investors often use leverage, or borrowing money, to purchase properties. When interest rates increase, the cost of borrowing money to buy properties also increases, which can lead to a decrease in the profitability of these investments. Another potential cause of a housing market crash is an economic recession. The housing market is a key indicator of the overall health of the economy, and when it crashes, it can have far-reaching consequences. Economic recessions happen when there's a sharp reduction in economic growth, which is accompanied by more unemployment, less consumer spending, and reduced corporate activity. Many people experience financial hardship during a recession, which may make it more difficult for them to buy a home. When people are unable to make their mortgage or rent payments, it may result in more foreclosures and less demand for property, which may lower housing prices. In addition, lenders might be less willing to lend money during a downturn in the economy, which might make it harder for consumers to get mortgages. This may result in even less home demand and a drop in housing costs. Furthermore, a housing market crash can be triggered by external events such as natural disasters or political upheavals. These events can cause a sudden decline in demand for housing, leading to a decrease in housing prices. For example, COVID-19 led to widespread job loss and economic uncertainty, which made it more difficult for many people to afford to buy a house. This led to a decrease in demand for housing, which, in turn, caused housing prices to decline. It's important to note that a housing market crash is not always predictable and can be influenced by a multitude of factors, including economic downturns, oversupply of homes, and changes in government policies or regulations. In some cases, declining housing prices can be localized to specific regions or markets, while in other cases, they can be more widespread. However, there are some warning signs to look out for. For example, if there's a significant increase in housing supply and a decrease in demand, it may be a sign that a crash is imminent. The house market crash varies from city to city. In the past, some cities have experienced more severe housing market crashes than others. For example, during the 2008 financial crisis, cities such as Las Vegas, Phoenix, and Miami saw significant declines in housing prices and high rates of foreclosure. Other cities, such as New York and San Francisco, were less severely impacted by the financial crisis of 2008. Home buyers and sellers expected to re-enter the market. It is tough to predict when the market value of houses will become stable. However, experts talked about their opinion in this regard. According to a Forbes Advisor article, home prices are expected to continue to come down slowly, making it difficult for many homebuyers to access affordable housing. However, according to Chen Zhao, Redfin's lead economic researcher, the residential real estate brokerage expects more homebuyers and sellers to gradually return to the market by springtime. However, mixed economic news and market reactions mean the recovery will be uneven. While talking to media, he further stated, "The Fed's slower pace of raising interest rates is good news for mortgage rates, which are unlikely to rise further." However, Chair Jerome Powell stated that policymakers intend to continue raising interest rates to combat inflation. This will most likely prevent the steep mortgage rate decline that some hopeful buyers have been anticipating. If you are concerned about the possibility of a housing price decline, it's important to stay informed about market conditions and consult with experts before making any significant decisions. Additionally, it's important to remember that housing is a long-term investment, and fluctuations in price over the short term should not necessarily be a cause for panic. Hope that you found this information helpful and informative. As always, make sure to do your research and consult with a professional before making any major financial decisions. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button and consider subscribing to our channel for more great content.